Cogito ergo sum, the Latin key to understanding that which I call me. But let's not assume that I'm part of your reality. Cogito ergo sum. You can't conclude decisively that you see me precisely where I am as I am presently. I'm engaging your sensory capabilities, and I've got you completely convinced that you're actually hearing and seeing what I'm saying and doing. We're assuming that what's in front of you is a thing with breath that could be smelled and hands that could be held, but that's just what we tell ourselves, because there's no way to know, like a Tupac hologram, if I'm just deceiving or if that mind of yours is still sleeping. Has your nightly hallucination ever become so vivid that you get lost in the fascination that even with your greatest powers of dissimulation you can't distinguish your dreams from these sensations? Cogito ergo sum is to understand that the only things we can trust are those which exist within the confines of our own minds. You'll find that's just a cryptic way to say that what we encounter every day might not be entirely real per se. Okay, so language is deceptive. If you look at a window, see a figure in a trench coat, top hat, goatee, I'll say what I see is a man. But it could also be a robot. So we've got to be more clear on what we mean. I perceive these attributes, and collectively they contribute to making the astute choice, it's a man. So my eyes, tongue, ears, hands, and nose can only receive a signal. Then it goes to my brain, where all I can do is simply judge and honestly guess at whatever stimulated my senses. Hell, I can't even say that the figure, be it man or machine, is truly what's seen, because that window might actually be a television screen. Cogito ergo sum. Really, it makes no difference. If we know this could all be a dream, then whether he's in the window or past it doesn't change that being. But it also doesn't make him any less real. When we adjust that definition to coincide with our understanding, and we stop so blindly demanding that our senses are innately accurate, then we end up landing at the logical conclusion that Sir Robot, be it an illusion, projection, or something truly tangible, that what makes him real is perception. Cogito ergo sum. You see, as soon as we encounter the top hat robot, he enters your mind. And by sensing or seeming to sense him, he creates you as much as you create him. Because, if nothing else, you at the very least have a mind. Otherwise, there would be nothing to either interpret or create our classy automaton. So by seeing, imaginating, hallucinating, or dreaming him, the first-class man of brass exists just the same. And by the ability to do any of these, you can make that very claim, you exist. Cogito ergo sum. Just one step further, I promise. Let's move away from our manufactured metal man and consider him were he rather than composed of metal or flesh, but instead made of wax. With this, we'll propose some new facts. Instead of existing in a dream or window street, we'll pretend he's at your feet, that what's around us is real, and what our senses interpret should be thought of as concrete. Now we can easily define his dimensions. How much he weighs, how tall he is, the color and texture of his skin, and the sound he makes when you knock on him. So let's put him by a fire. Now watch and admire as the shape, color, texture, and smells all morph and change as he crumbles and melts. So now, somehow, despite what our senses tell us, we still know that it's the same wax. What then connects the puddle and the man? Thought. Glorious, thinking, understanding, rationalizing, doubting. The same tool by which you prove you exist is the very one that connects what was a man to what is a pool. It's only a question for a fool that the version of the wax inside your mind is one much more accurate than were its sensory defined. By thinking it, you've made it more real than anything you could see or feel. By thinking it, you've made metaphysics more relevant than its now mundane counterpart. Cogito ergo sum. Even if we are just a mind, floating in space, lost in time, fantasizing into creation, a world born of your own imagination, everything in it falsified sensation, filled with artificial temptations and simulated gratifications, and nothing is real outside of these borders, then see the revelation and beauty amidst this surreal reality that you can do the same thing as me and think that most wonderful of thoughts, and by doing so imbue it with truth. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am.